Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So we're going to be going through 10 makeup products, I've got them all here laid out in front of me, that are under $10 that are freaking awesome basically. So it is my top 10 drugstore affordable makeup products that are under $10. I've loved and been using most of these for years and years and years now. These are some of my all-time holy grail products. You guys know that I just love drugstore makeup. And honestly, I think we can all agree the drugstore brands have really elevated their game in the last few years. And a lot of these are honestly, you know, way, way, way better than some products that you might spend 4, 5, even 6, even 10 times the amount on. So yeah, my top 10 products that are all underneath $10, really affordable, but still really, really great quality. Makeup that won't break the budget, basically. So if you were interested in seeing that, then please stick around. All right, so we're gonna be doing this in absolutely no particular order. I'm just gonna go through them all as they are in front of me. And I do just quickly wanna say this is based on US prices. These are not, like, I'm not talking 10 Australian dollars. For starters, makeup costs 10,000 million times more here in Australia. You gotta factor in the taxes and to ship it over here and stuff like that. But also all of these brands are based in the US, so I'm just taking them as, you know, at their US prices. So first up, oh my goodness, these Luxe lipsticks from Colourpop are absolutely totally insane for the price. I believe these sell for between $7 and $8 and they are absolutely amazing. A lot of the times I will reach for these over my higher end and more expensive lipsticks. They're so pigmented, they're so ridiculously creamy. And the packaging for these is actually really, really beautiful. Like, I would say that it is Luxe packaging. Like, I understand why they're called the Luxe lipsticks. So they come in these beautiful rose gold tubes. They feel like it's coated plastic, but it's got like a metal kind of feel to it. They're quite weighty. And further to that, all around the bullet, there are these like little stars imprinted on the lipstick. They really are luxurious. Every single one of these lipsticks that I have tried, and I have tried pretty much every single shade that Colourpop has, maybe give or take a few, which are on my wish list. Every single one that I've tried has just been incredible quality. You cannot fault them. So much pigmentation. Like, this is a matte shade and it is still so creamy. It feels so lightweight, hydrating on the lips, non-drying. They do come in like more cream formulas. They do come in like sheer sort of semi-gloss kind of formulas. They're just amazing lipsticks. And if you're after a really, really good quality lipstick that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg and your firstborn child, definitely check these ones out. All right, next up I've got a concealer, and I could not do this video without this concealer. This concealer, I feel, supported me through my teenage years, through high school, through university, and is still supporting me now in my 29th year of life. The Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. Still cannot get over how good this concealer is. It is amazing, crease proof, creamy, blendable. It's got great pigmentation, great coverage, but without being heavy. Could do with a bit of work in the shade range, in the shade selection category, yes, but for the most part, they're generally pretty good. I love the packaging. It's actually got like a little fluffy, and this one feels special. I actually searched and searched and searched for a brand new one of these because mine is so disgusting. I could not even put it on camera. Like, it's well loved, but it's basically a little wind up tube, and you wind it and it will click. Hopefully you can hear that. And the concealer comes up through this spongy applicator, and you can basically just go in, apply it straight to the skin, and even blend it out with the applicator. Great for, you know, touch-ups on the go. Great for when you're wanting to just get out the door in a hurry. It's just so good and it lasts all day. It's beautiful on oily skin, dry skin, all skin. I swear by this stuff. If I could even begin to count how many of these tubes that I've been through, I feel like the total number would be kind of horrifying. Yep. All right, next up I have a primer, and this one's sort of more of like a recent-ish discovery for me, the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I've been using this and testing this for about, I'm gonna say 6 weeks now, give or take. I freaking love this stuff. So this is a primer that helps to minimize pores, helps to smooth skin, create a really, really smooth surface for your makeup to go on top of. Normally, a lot of the time, you know, primers that do reduce texture like this, they're quite slippery, they're very silicone based, and you know, once they're on the skin and once your foundation's on the skin, if you even like slightly bump your face or touch your face, or even just during the day, your makeup kind of slides off on top, especially if you've got an oily skin type. Like, those kinds of primers, you've got to have the right skin type basically to be able to use them. I find that this one gives me that same really smooth surface. It definitely minimizes my pores. It does all of the amazing stuff, but it does that without impacting on how long my makeup lasts. I still get really, really good longevity out of this. It doesn't control oil or anything like that, but you know, I can still, like wearing this under my foundation, I can still wear my foundation for 13, 14, 15 hours and feel totally confident in doing so. It's an interesting kind of a formula. You sort of dig a little bit out. It's definitely like a putty-like texture. And then you work it into the skin. And as you work it into the skin, it sort of becomes like a little bit tacky, kind of like dries down. It's a very, very different sort of a texture to a lot of other primers out there. If you've used the Tatcha one, this is like a straight up dupe to the Tatcha one, it honestly is. But it just leaves the skin feeling so smooth and it blurs everything out. But again, like I said, without making things slippery. It is gorgeous and I believe about $6. Yeah. That's a bargain. All right, next up I have a highlighter from Maybelline, the Master Chrome Highlights. Oh, I need a whole video on these. These are freaking stunning. And I know for those of you who are watching that have been around here on my channel for a while, you already know how much I love these. They're so ridiculously pigmented. They're so buttery. They're so like rich and luxurious on the skin. And they do all of that again without emphasizing texture, without looking powdery, without looking like, you know how sometimes highlights can look a little bit muddy, like a little bit like, she hasn't matched those colors well. Like every single one of these that I've used, they just look beautiful. This particular shade here is Molten Gold. This is easily my favorite out of all of them. And it's a really, really beautiful, like high shine, rich metallic-y gold. And honestly, I'm not lying when I say they're pigmented. Like, look at this. Take a minute. Like they're just absolutely insane. Maybelline have done so well on this formula. They come in just under $10. I believe they're $9.99. I will be popping all of the prices and everything in the description bar down below for you. But just honestly, if you're after a highlight that just looks beautiful on the skin, gives you a really, really rich metallic glow, but without, you know, causing texture, without making your pores look absolutely ginormous, and also without fading during the day, they're really long lasting. Definitely recommend checking these out. They're absolutely gorgeous. All right, next up I have a little eyeshadow palette. Now there are a lot of drugstore options when it comes to eyeshadows, but I find a lot of the time they're just not that good. They're often quite chalky, they're often quite powdery, they're often, you know, difficult to blend or really easy to blend, but because they're such a soft formula, you know, you get halfway through the day and it's like your eyeshadow was never there, like it just completely disappears. I have not found those issues with these at all. I think they're so gorgeous. So these are the Wet n Wild Color Icon eyeshadow palettes. These range between $5 and $6. And they're honestly just amazing. They come in a bunch of different shades. So there's going to be something there that you will enjoy definitely. This particular one is Rose in the Air. And it's a mixture of matte and shimmer shadows. There are warm browns, there are cool browns, there are, you know, champagnes, you've got a pink, you've got an orange, you've got two large transition shades. That's another thing I really do enjoy about these palettes. They include much larger sized pans for the transition colors because they're generally the colors that you hit pan on first. They're the ones that you use all the time, that you use the most of, that, you know, run out the fastest. And I just think it's cool that they just give you like a bigger pan to make sure that you don't run out, so that the whole palette isn't kind of a waste. So buttery and pigmented as well. Really easy to blend. Like, look at some of these swatches. They're honestly gorgeous, these. Even the pale matte cream shade has heaps and heaps and heaps of pigment. Really easy to blend. I don't find them choppy. I don't find them patchy. I don't find that they just, you know, disappear halfway through the day. They're really, really, really nice palettes. Totally recommend. And I mean, for the price, you can't really go wrong. All right, next up, I've got the blushes by Colourpop. These are honestly a stunning, stunning formula. I've found a lot of other products that do have a similar formula, but most of them are quite expensive. It's kind of difficult to explain. It's a cream to powder formula, but there's no heaviness, there's no greasiness, they don't leave a residue on the skin. They're not like a typical cream blush. And sort of as you touch them, you know, they feel kind of wet, they feel like a cream, but then you blend them onto the skin and they just turn into the most beautiful powdery velvet finish. I absolutely love these. There's a couple of reasons why. Firstly, I find them really, really long lasting on the skin. Like, I don't find that, you know, I apply this blush in the morning and it sort of disappears throughout the day. Especially with oily skin types, it's a really, really big problem for us. Like, it's kind of like the oil like dissolves your makeup and it just disappears. It's such a pain in the bum. I find that these last really, really well. The other thing that I really love about it is because of the way, you know, the formula is, it's so lightweight and it doesn't leave any like glittery texture or shimmery texture or powdery texture. It's kind of like, think of it kind of like a cheek stain, but in like a powder form. It gives you the color, but without the texture. And that means that they always look flattering on my textured skin. I've got really quite large pores, you know, right in the areas where I like to wear highlight and where I like to wear blush. I know, lucky me. It's a great place to put it. And a lot of the time blushes, like they can really, really emphasize that texture. It can make that texture look just, you know, it makes the pores look 2-3 times larger the size a lot of the time. I don't get that at all with these blushes. I've worn them in many, many different shades. They do actually have like a shimmery finish as well. This particular one that I've got here is matte, but they've got shimmery ones as well, and even they don't emphasize texture. They're so smooth, your skin just looks airbrushed, no residue, long lasting, and really easy to blend. I will say you do definitely have to build them up. They're not like a blush where you can sort of dip your brush in and then one swipe and, you know, you're good to go. You do have to sort of slowly and gradually layer them, continue to apply them until you are happy with the color payoff. But at the same time, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it's really easy with a lot of super, super pigmented blushes to just go in too hard and then just looking absolutely like you've totally gone too far. You've gone a little heavy-handed. I mean, I'm a sucker for that at the best of times because I love a blush. But yeah, they're just, honestly, it's a great formula. They're so affordable. They're really, really long-lasting. Totally recommend. And good shade range too. There's a lot, like they've got heaps of shades on the Colourpop website. I love these. The Super Shock blushes, really, really great buy for under $10. Next up, we have another oldie but goodie, the Maybelline Master Precise Eyeliner. Again, I feel like this is a product that has just really supported me through my life, through my, you know, growing, through puberty, through absolutely everything. Honestly, best eyeliner. And I swear to you, of all of the high-end eyeliners that I own, and I have got a lot of them, I never, ever, ever, like I would never in a million years reach for something expensive over this one here. It is so black, it is so pigmented, completely smudge proof, completely transfer proof. It lasts all day on the skin. And what I really do love about it even more is it's got the tiniest, finest little point. So easy to create a wing with, so easy to tightline the lashes. I've got quite small eyes, quite sensitive eyes as well, and just for me, this just makes my life so much easier. It's so quick and simple to get right into the inner corner, really smudge it all through the lashes, get the perfect tip to your winged eyeliner. This does everything, and it does it at the same time as not smudging on my oily skin. Like, truly, Maybelline have just done so well with this eyeliner. You cannot go past it. Like, you literally cannot go past this eyeliner. I swear by it, and I'm 110% confident that there's not a person in the world, and if you are one of these people, let me know in the comments why you don't like it, but I swear that there would not be a person in the world that doesn't enjoy this eyeliner. So good. All right, next up I have a liquid lipstick from Flower Beauty. This is a product that I did test more recently than, you know, it's not something that I've been using for like the last 10 years, like a couple of these Maybelline products, but I absolutely love the formula of this. A lot of the time, drugstore, you know, liquid lipsticks, they can be very, very drying. They're quite cracky. They can look crepey. They can look textured. The lighter shades can be quite streaky on the lips. They don't last. Like, you know, there's an epic list of things that can go wrong with a liquid lipstick, and nothing goes wrong with this at all. Absolutely nothing. It's a beautiful, beautiful formula, and I'll show you as I apply it. And also for shade reference, I do have Rosewood here. Comes in about, I think maybe 15-ish shades. They do have a nice shade range. You touch the skin very, very gently with this, and it's a full payoff. It's so creamy. So I'll show you here. Look at this. Bang. Like, so much pigment in them. They're just beautiful. They feel really, really lightweight on the lips. I don't have to build up layers to get, you know, the perfect sort of smooth, streak-free finish. They just, like, one swipe, they look absolutely perfect. I quite like the doe foot applicator. It's a little large. Like, I'm quite finicky about the lines on my liquid lips. I really, really like a nice, sharp, clean, like a really good clean line between like where the lipstick ends and the skin starts. So I do typically use a brush when sort of going around and perfecting it, or if you want, you can use a lip liner as well. But just so lightweight, so pigmented. They smell really, really nice. They've got like a chocolatey vanilla kind of a scent. They do smell really yummy, and they're long lasting. Like, I usually, if I'm putting this on in the morning, I'll usually only touch up once during the day. That's normally after I've eaten lunch, and I mean, I'm a lady, but I know how to eat, okay? I know how to do it, and you know, there's no mucking around. Don't get between me and my food. So I do typically have to touch up after I eat, but they're truly long lasting. They don't bleed. I don't get that gangy, that god awful line on the inside of your lips that's like a paler color. It's just, it's disgusting. I hate that line. Don't get that with these. Like, they seriously, everything about them is fantastic. They're under $10, obviously, beautiful packaging. Really, really recommend these if you are looking for a liquid lipstick at the drugstore that's not going to break the budget. All right, next up I have the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. Since finding this, I pretty much have not stopped using it. I've purchased several tubes. It's a drier formula, which I really, really like. A lot of mascaras, when you first get them, you know how they're like really gluggy, really sticky. You use them for about a month and then all of a sudden, oh, you know, this is way better. This is a really nice dry formula when you first get it, so I don't have any issues. You know, I don't have to scrape all the product off to be able to use it. Like it's the perfect amount. Super, super black color, really nice small applicator. Again, I've got really small eyes. I can't have like massive brushes coming at me. Firstly, scary, but secondly, it just ends up everywhere. All underneath my eyes, all in my lid, like pretty much like I'll be covered in mascara by the end of it. Like I'm kind of a smallish human. Kind of little. I do have concerns that there are discrepancies between formulations. This does come in several different versions. All I know is I've got the Lash Princess False Lash Effect one, black bottle with green, you know, writing and logos. But there are a couple of you who have said that you have tried it and it hasn't been that amazing. I can't figure out, like, the ones that we have here in Australia are so freaking good. Like, I honestly can't fault this mascara at all. So yeah, and maybe the formulas are different between countries, I don't know. Or maybe the False Lash Effect one is different colored packaging in different countries. All I know is that this one here is absolutely like just so good. So much volume, so much length, no transferring, no smudging. It makes my lashes look incredible. I absolutely swear by it. And again, Essence, I mean, maybe this is $6. Like, it's so cheap. Oh my God. I've got the worst pins and needles in my left leg. Oh! I hate pins and needles so much. I was sitting on my foot and normally Brandon's here and he like squeezes my foot and it's honestly the worst thing in the world, but it makes it so much better, but he's not here. Oh my God. Okay, it's getting better. It's starting to get better. Oh. All right, I have recovered. Oh my God. That was insane. All right, last but not least, the new pencil that Maybelline came out recently. It's called the Brow Ultra Slim. It's an eyebrow pencil and it is so good. You can pick this one up for $8 and it is literally like, there could not be a closer dupe to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencil that I know everybody just loves and dies over. It's got a super fine point to it, so you can really draw in like really tiny little hair strokes and just make it look so natural, so realistic. Super long lasting at the same time though. You know, sometimes in brow pencils they can be quite waxy, they can be quite emollient. They just don't last the distance. This will totally last all day, even on oilier skin types. It's not like super creamy, so you don't end up with, you know, super heavy looking brows without meaning to, but it's also not like super dry, so you're kind of like trying to drag it through the hairs and it's really difficult to use. It's just perfect. You can get really fine points on the ends of your brows, fill them in, draw in little individual strokes, and then if you do find that you want a more natural look, you can use a spoolie at the other side of the pencil to actually comb them through. I just think this is an incredible product. I think Maybelline have done so well with it. And I know everybody out there loves the ABH Brow Wiz. I mean, it's a fantastic pencil. It was sort of the first one on the market to have such a tiny little fine point. This Maybelline one has that, and it's got everything else. You know, everything else that you would want in a brow pencil, you'll find in this. But the price, oh, The Price is Right. Who remembers that show, The Price is Right? It was, whoa, throwback. Wow, major throwback there. But yeah, just awesome. If you are a brow pencil lover, like I guarantee you will adore this one. Like, it's solid. So there you have it, guys. 10 really amazing, affordable makeup products that are under $10. I like absolutely swear by all of these. I've been testing them, I've been using them. And like I said, a lot of these I've been using like nearly since when I came out of the womb. Yeah. Fair to say. Obviously, this is not the be-all, end-all. I do have, you know, more products here under $10 that are just fantastic, but obviously I could only choose 10 for today's video. So these are the ones that made the cut. So give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Let me know what your favorite drugstore products are that are under $10 in the comment section down below. I mean, who does not love drugstore? You can't not love something that's not going to cost you as much, in my opinion. But yeah, give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, guys. I love you all heaps. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will catch you all in my next video.